3 simple rules to activate the law of attraction and manifest anything you want. Trust me, it really works. The real secret is to feel good. The secret is to love where you are in the moment and not compare yourself to where you think you should be. Because once you start just being psyched about what is, more of what you desire comes to you. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about 3 simple rules to activate the law of attraction and manifest anything you want. Rule number 1: be truthful. Really working on getting honest and telling the truth and being forthcoming about how I am feeling. It's actually about saying how you feel and telling the truth, because when we don't tell the truth, we actually stifle our energy, we create toxic relationships, we carry resentments, and it builds up and builds up and builds up. So I've gotten into the practice of just radically telling the truth wherever I am, however I need to be authentic and truthful about what I am feeling. But there are few steps that I think are important that you need to take in before you actually give that truth over. Because if you share truth without cleaning up your side of the street, it will feel like an attack. It will feel like a judgment. So the process of telling the truth is quite simple. First, take a look at your side of the street. Look at what's up for you. If you feel called to get honest with somebody, what is it within you that's feeling triggered? What is it that's feeling activated? And do whatever you need to do to clear that, whether it be forgiving yourself, forgiving the other person, saying prayers for that other person, sending loving energy to that other person, and clean up the energy before you bring over the truth. Because you don't show up with this nasty attitude, because your truth won't be heard. You need to bring your truth with a lot of light so that they can see their light reflected back to them. So the process is really simple. Look at your side of the street before you show up and tell the truth, and then be prepared to get honest from a place of love. If you can tell the truth from a place of love, then you will be heard, and that's when you feel healed. And that's when a healing can be offered up to the relationship. But as long as you are telling the truth from a place of negativity or judgment, it will not be heard and it won't work. So what if we learn to tell the truth with grace and power? The benefit of telling the truth is that you start to feel like you are taking care of yourself. You start to feel like you're owning your voice. You're owning your needs. You're protecting yourself when you need to protect yourself, and you are sticking up for what your values are, no matter what, and you are also just getting clear about what your boundaries may be within certain relationships. And so sometimes people may not like your truth, but if you can always trust that if you're sharing your truth from a place of love, You will be heard even if they get defensive, even if they get upset. That's your loving presence is enough to allow that truth to come through in a very authentic way. And also, once you've told your truth, give the person their opportunity to tell their own. Hold that space for them to say how they feel. There's always two sides to every story. So speak up and then allow the other person to speak up. Clearing that space for the truth to unfold and trusting that the truth will totally set you free. Yes, the truth will set you free. And I believe that we all want freedom. We want freedom from resentment, freedom from anxiety, freedom from fear. And that freedom is available as we start to open up the truth within us. Now, rule number 2. Connect to your guide. This one you can take it or leave it. Whatever we believe, when we think about a higher power, spiritual presence is what we believe. And all that matters is that you believe it, not that someone said it's this or that. It may be a religious, spiritual belief system. It may be a belief system from your childhood, maybe something that you read in a book that resonated with you. You decide. That's the beautiful thing about being on a spiritual path. But what I share is what I believe to be true about what it means to connect to the voice of our higher self, our inner guidance system. Our inner guidance system and our inner wisdom versus what it means to rely on a guide or an angel or a deceased family member or a loved one. So I believe we have a team of spiritual guides that work on our behalf all the time. And what they are there for is often to guide, be a bridge for our thoughts. So when our thoughts are in those low vibrations, if we pray to a guide or we pray to God or we pray to an angel, we can say, thank you for bridging my thought from this low vibrational fear-based belief system to a higher vibe, and the way that they would do that maybe by putting a book in front of you or guiding you to just change your mind. So guides work through the internet, books and people and your subconscious. And so you're gonna maybe, when you have those moments where you're like, I have this sense that I need to do that specific thing or read that specific book, that could be your guidance just giving you that boost of inspiration. So do it, because maybe that's going to change you. And so don't underestimate those moments of synchronicity, because there is support that's leading you in those synchronistic moments. And so the more that we align our spiritual belief systems, and the more we allow ourselves to accept that it's good to feel good. Yes. So the more we use it, the better we feel. And the better we feel, the more we can hear the guidance that we are receiving. Let me tell you, the guidance is always there, but we block it. We cut it off. And so we can now open up to that guidance. Now, rule number 3. Let go and let in. If you have ever experienced a situation where you were so stubborn that you worked so hard towards something and you feel that you're belonging, you have attachment towards that thing, this thing is mine, and as a result of it, you are suffering in pain, and or someone's suffering around you too. So this is a special message for everybody who maybe needs to listen to this message, because maybe you're holding on to something that no longer serves you anymore. Maybe it's a belief, maybe it's a limiting thought, maybe it's a situation, maybe it's a circumstance, maybe it's a person, maybe it's a career and you are no longer enjoying. It's not longer creating that joy in your life or creating that joy in your surrounding. And if that's the case, maybe, I say maybe, by allowing yourself to let go, you will let go and you set yourself or the other person free or the situation free. And at the same time, when you let go, always understand, when you let go, you let in. Why? Because when you let go, you clean the space and let space for new things to come into your life. And always remember, there is always an opportunity for growth in all relationships.